Hello. When I first started making YouTube clips 3 years ago, my entire filmmaking kit existed of this flip phone for photographs, this Coleman tripod which had already been given to me as a present to put my binoculars on, and this entry-level Panasonic camcorder HCV 360, which cost me a little over $200 new. And for the first year I was uploading clips. These were the only 3 items of equipment I used. I made an entire documentary series about the Japanese shoguns, and I never ever felt that there was any limitation to my filmmaking. The camera gave me clear images. The zoom is absolutely amazing. It's easy to carry. The tripod gave me steadiness for long shots. And I was quite happy with the pictures that my flip phone was giving me, that I used as stills and inserted into the documentary series that took me a year to make. Now, when I started making my second documentary series, I got a bit nervous that, what if my camcorder breaks? I've got no backup. But I thought, why should I buy another camcorder as backup? I thought, I'll buy a stills camera with video capabilities. That'll give me some insurance.
It's this guy. It's the teeny-weeny Pentax Q. And you'd be smart not to judge it by its almost preposterously diminutive scale. Think of it like Yoda. Small package, big power, and surprisingly fun.
But that was only 18 months ago. And although I did use a stills camera for both pictures and video on my second documentary series about the lost English samurai, my go-to piece of filmmaking equipment remained my entry-level Panasonic camcorder, which I absolutely love. I can zoom out right across Tokyo Bay, watch the shipping, even see the Chiba shore on the far side. But the longer you make films, the more you realise what your limitations are. And sometimes your limitations are things which you can skill up. With practice, you just become a better photographer and filmmaker. So I wouldn't make excuses that the limitations of this entry-level Panasonic camcorder, which I recommend without hesitation, were its fault. It's a fantastic piece of kit for the money. But some limitations I noticed were limitations that the camcorder couldn't really solve. The sound was okay, but it wasn't great. And I started to notice, the more experienced I got, the more I got into filmmaking, that I needed to improve my sound, to improve the overall quality of my clips and the artistic punch of my YouTube channel. As long as I have equipment that can help me do that, I'm happy. It doesn't have to be the best, the most expensive, the coolest, as long as it helps me get the job done. But as I've noticed that my limitations now are not just restricted by my own lack of experience, my own lack of time sometimes.
Liar! Liar!
And
His mediocrity.
my own mediocrity, I feel it's time to address some of the technical issues I've noticed, like I want to improve the sound, but I didn't want to go out and pay hundreds of dollars on wireless mics, and I decided to go for the famous lapel style Cavalier microphone, which after today's clip I will start using. This recording today is straight into my new $100 Umidigi A5 Pro smartphone. Again, something I've not spent a lot of money on. So although I did make an entire series and make clips for a year and a half using kit that cost me a little over $200, I now also own a couple of stills cameras, which were not expensive. They were second-hand. They cost me $150 each, and I'll show you them perhaps in the next episode, and a $100 smartphone. I'm gonna be strict with myself, and over the course of my next documentary and over the course of my regular vlog, How Good Could I Get, I'll use this cheap but I think quality performance equipment to make my content, and I won't consider buying any new gear for at least the next 3 years. I want to get the maximum out of the equipment that I already own, not use the certain limitations that that equipment has as an excuse for my own lack of ability or dedication. I'm going to try and get around the problems that I encounter with the equipment I have. So I fully intend for this camcorder to remain a central part of my filmmaking, but with the additional equipment that I've purchased over the last 18 months, I just want to enhance the quality of my content. So next week I'll show you some of the extra items that I've bought, which I hope will make me a better filmmaker and photographer, with the caveat that that is the last equipment I am going to buy.
I learned something that day.